haven't done that. Speak up now.
Did you attend the festival this year?
Yes. Embarrassing.
For you?
Not everyone else. The scrambling around for hidden treasure? Embarrassing. When I was all young, we fought over things like longest fish and shiniest boat, not gold. Ever since that sword took over the festival running, it's been straight to the bottom with it.
Elizabeth said you threatened Magnus pretty directly.
I did. It was, how do you call it? Friendship.
That's friendship to you?
I threaten everyone.
It still seems a little strange.
Spoken by a woman with no friends.
My friends are back in the U.S.
What, they don't like Iceland? Don't like cold? What?
I think they're in school right now.
School.
Okay, Gunnar. Bye-bye.
Be gone with you. The year was 1783 when lucky fissures opened and vomited fire and smoke onto the land. Thousands perished immediately into the madness, and the sky grew dark and even foreign lands were covered. We called those times the mist hardships, and in that darkness, the people of Skipbrot struggled to survive. One night, a ship came crashing into harbor. It was the Herlikheid. Captain Lawrence and his crew were rescued and taken in. Once ashore, Lawrence explained that he carried with him a mountain of golden treasure. He promised to share it along with his ship's food supplies in exchange for shelter until winter's end. That winter was darker than ever. No stars shone, and soon even the supplies on the Herlikheid ran thin. But even in the middle of that hardship, love bloomed. For Lawrence had fallen in love with Alda, the daughter of the town's founding family. Soon, Lawrence and Alda were wed, and soon after that, the marriage bore a baby girl. Eventually, the poisoned water drew away from the shores, and the fish returned to Skipbrot. Thanks to Lawrence, many more people had survived than in neighboring towns. The townspeople wanted to rebuild their home. They needed money, and fast. They needed the treasure Lawrence had promised them.
Still haven't done that. Did that? Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
But Lawrence explained that he would need to sail somewhere else in order to retrieve his promised treasure. The townspeople called Lawrence a liar. They accused him of trying to escape with his new wife and child. They grew angrier and angrier. Soon, a fight had broken out. When the dust cleared, the townspeople looked in horror at what they had done. Alda was no longer breathing. The townspeople carried a heavily injured Lawrence into the inn, intending to banish him once he had recovered from his wounds. But he too passed away, leaving only a diary for his young daughter. That daughter eventually grew, married, and bore a daughter of her own, and so on. Today, Elizabeth is the only remaining descendant of the original Captain Lawrence, but the fabled treasure Lawrence spoke of was never found.
Oh, what a sad story.
That's a nice one. Oh,
What's your relationship like with Elizabeth?
presently quite poor. She won't allow certain, members of the restoration team to access their work.
You mean Dagny?
Yes, but overall, she's quite a peach, that one. The only one who's ever shown me kindness. Truly a shame about her and Magnus, though.
Her and Magnus?
The force of their romantic split rocked the local mountains to their very core. I wonder if he's checked his voicemail since.
Have you always lived here?
For 12 years in total now. 2 before university, 10 after.
Others seem to think of you as an outsider. Gunnar especially.
Oh, for the love of... I was born 10 miles away!
And that means you don't live here?
To him, yes. To everyone, yes. It's preposterous. In their minds, I'll never be from Skipbrot because I wasn't born here. Upper secondary school was a nightmare with these people.
I may not know much about Skipbrot, but there are lots of unpleasant people in my line of work. Sometimes persistence helps.
Oh, I've tried. I've bent over backwards to put on this festival for them, and yet no one invites me out. I'm not welcome at the pub. Spending my birthday alone is getting to be a real downer.
I sense some bad blood between you and Gunnar.
It's more like Gunnar dumping bad blood onto me, repeatedly, while laughing. I try to be patient, given his history, but what a Neanderthal, that one. I can't reason with a man who only speaks fist. Between you and me, he's never been the same since that terrible crash years ago.
Crash?
Well, I don't know that it's my place to speak of it, but his boat sank to the bottom of the bay, and he hasn't sailed since. Now he stays locked up in that pub of his.
Do you have anything which might help with my investigation?
If I'm not in town, I'm always locked up in here. I do have some very nice pamphlets, though. The Pamphlet Lovers Journal rated them a 9-star out of 10. I put them together myself. Here's one for your troubles.
Well, it's hard to turn down an award-winning pamphlet. I'll see if I can make use of this. Thanks, Soren. So, you attended the festival, right?
Present and accounted for, naturally.
Interesting. Dagny says you weren't there.
I was up in Old Stulka, manning the controls for our audio. That's the tower right outside this center. People very rarely look up, I've found, which is a shame. Lots of nifty things in that direction.
What are your thoughts on the treasure rumor?
Ah, the treasure. X marks the headache. When I heard someone wanted to seriously search for it, I was overjoyed. Maybe I'd stop hearing about it for once. I sold the exploration rights in exchange for Ms. Silva funding the ship rebuild.
Do you have any interest in the treasure?
Certainly. All of us have tried looking for it, even Gunnar, though he'll deny it. Alas, I cannot speak for my treasure hunting abilities. Though I often go scavenging for lost artifacts in the hillsides, I have yet to succeed in finding anything aboard the Hurlokide.
Were people upset you sold the exploration rights?
Oh, absolutely rabid, especially Gunnar. But I've long since learned that they'll hate anything I do. If I so much as cough in the wrong direction, I've got a mob of angry citizens on my porch. So enough with their complaints. If they feel such rage about it, they can come talk it out with me over a nice cuppa. They won't, of course.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Yeah?
So, say there is a treasure. What was it doing on the ship in the first place?
Who knows? Who cares? Money's money.
It just seems fishy is all.
It's Iceland. The economy runs on fish.
Goodbye.
Toodles.
Hey, Nancy.
Has anyone checked Magnus's cabin?
No. I wanted to.
But you didn't or can't?
Soren won't let anyone up there.
His cabin might give me a lead on his location. Can you help me find a way in?
No, this town takes care of its own. Our problems are ours, no one else's.
I'm really sorry to hear about your and Magnus's breakup.
It hardly matters anymore.
I don't want to pry, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here.
Here's one for your case file. I've known Magnus all my life. We dated 4 years. The winters are long and dark. We found each other in that darkness. But then, he went through hard times. He became obsessed over the ship. His world narrowed, and soon there was no room left for me. That's the end of it.
Hey, Elizabeth, may I borrow a snowmobile key?
Depends. Are you going to steal it?
Not this time. I think I'd have trouble fitting it into my carry-on luggage.
Here's the key. We have tourists take them every year. I'm watching you. Always use the provided seatbelt. Snow looks soft until you land head first.
I heard something about your family line in connection to the ship. Do you feel you have a claim to it?
It's true. The ship is mine, and everything on it. My great-great-great-great-grandfather was the original captain.
So, what did you think of the restoration project then?
She is a beautiful ship, truly. But her history is stained with blood. Even though the treasure is rightfully mine, this fairy tale chasing business seems wrong. I thought the restoration would unite the town, but all it's done is drive us further apart.
So, technically, if the treasure were to be found, it would belong to you.
Family. People. That's what matters. The rest is useless noise.
So, you and Soren work together?
Yes, we both run the festival. But people are not happy. They dislike him.
I'm definitely sensing some of that. Why?
Not one of us. He doesn't know our stories. No shared memories.
He seems like a decent person, though. He's done a lot to help the town, at least.
Being his friend has a price here. You are either outside or inside in Skiprot. You cannot stand in the doorway. You will be driven out. We are not like Reykjavik, like a big city.
Sounds like people are trying to get rid of him. Ruining the festival would be a great way to do that, wouldn't it?
Your words, not mine. Regardless, he is welcome in my home and at my pub. I cannot always go against the town, but I can offer a warm meal and a listening ear.
I heard the story about your family.
I grew up with so much anger. I couldn't believe people would do that to one another.
People do strange things when money's on the line. I think they could bury the hatchet and move on. I guess not.
Nothing is ever buried here. just sleeping. And sometimes it awakens in unexpected ways.
So, what's behind the mystery door?
Just an old broom closet?
Can I see?
No.
Not even a hint?
Go away. So, you've come back.
Can you tell me about the festival sound system?
It's been broken for...
Soren told me he was manning the sound system on the morning the Hirlichheid crashed.
What? But that's not possible. There was no sound that...
Sounds like we've got an alibi that doesn't quite match up. You spend a lot of time here. Don't you have somewhere else to be?
No, I'm still on festival duty. This vessel is an antique. Things break suddenly, and it's hard to hear the alarm from the harbor.
I see. I'll let you go.
Bless.
Hello? Hello? No one's there.
Magnus? Magnus, is that you?
Guess again.
Uh-oh.
Who is this?
Wait, I can explain. I didn't know he was going to go missing, and okay, so I haven't filled out all the daily logs for the guy in months, and yes, okay, so I napped through all of the training videos, but I didn't mean to, and I guess what I'm saying is please don't fire me.
I'm not here to fire you.
So you're not working with my boss?
Nope.
Oh man, that's a relief. Well then, this is Control Tower number 32, Operator Alex Lintrong speaking.
Hi, Alex. I'm Nancy. I'm a detective trying to find out more about Magnus.
Magnus. He's gone, isn't he? I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to get in trouble.
What did you hear?
Some pretty messed up stuff. I don't know if I can tell you.
Why not?
Whoever took him, they might come after me too. And if my boss finds out someone went missing on my watch and I didn't report it, look, I need this internship. If I get fired here, I'll be a barista until I die. I'm allergic to coffee, man. I can't go back. I can't go back to that life.
Alex, slow down and stay calm. I need your help. If what you're saying is true, Magnus might be in serious danger. But you don't have to handle this alone.
Okay, I heard Magnus calling in early morning, same as always, just to say hi around 6. Then we started chatting, just like we always do. He was excited about the ship he was piloting. He said it was his baby. He started pulling into Skipbrot Harbor. I heard a voice on board, He went to go check it out, left the radio on. I heard shouting, fighting, then nothing. Just silence.
That's not good. I think this investigation just went from missing persons to abduction.
It's dark out there, and the water's cold. But I know he didn't go on his own. That's why I'm keeping my head down.
Could you hear anything Magnus said?
Something about the ship. That's all I got. I was too scared. Oh, I hope he's okay.
Who are you?
Just a lowly undergrad assigned to a cubicle, a pair of headphones, and a computer. I'm here on an internship for my maritime psychology degree. My parents said I'd never find a paying job. Shows them. Me and Magnus, we were kind of buddies. We never met or anything, but whenever he'd radio in, he always wanted to chat. Not a lot of people want to chat with the intern.
Are you from around here?
Nope. Massachusetts.
So, what are you doing here?
Whoa. Deep. I gotta think about that one. What are any of us doing in this crazy messed up world, you know?
No, in Iceland, in a control tower, that stuff.
Oh, that. I work in the harbor controller's office. I keep track of ship movement and speak with anyone taking a ship to harbor in Iceland.
What on earth is a maritime psychology degree?
I have a 30-page thesis answering exactly that question, but it can all be boiled down to 2 words. Sailor feelings.
Oh, interesting. What did you mean by daily logs earlier?
There are these logs I'm supposed to fill out whenever a vessel passes through us.
So, are they filled out?
Kind of. I turned one sheet into an homage to my relationship with my mom, another into this super cool drawing of a whale. I haven't been keeping tabs on vessels as well as I should be.
How cool are we talking?
The coolest! I actually stapled it to my cubicle wall, and regardless, I don't have any records of Magnus going through our waters.
I need a way to distract someone on board this ship.
So you can do what exactly?
Snoop through their stuff.
Hey, at least you're honest about it. Acceptance is the first step to healing. Yeah, I can help.
What do I do?
Hold up, Klepto. I've got a favor to ask first.
Okay, name your price.
There's a lighthouse near Skip Rock. You can probably see it from town. But the light's busted right now. If you can get up there and fix that light, it means I can stay here at HQ with my cup of tea and giant snuggle blanket.
I'll give it a whirl.
My cell number is 978-555-0139. Give me a call when you're standing in front of the light. I'll tell you what to do next.
Have you met Dagny?
Is that the super mercenary one? Always freezing, kinda sassy?
Sounds like her.
She used to call me all the time. Always tried to get information about Magnus's plans to come in and out of harbor. Joke's on her. I'm so disorganized I can't match my sock colors, let alone keep records of Magnus's charting. She always wanted to know when he'd be gone. I never told her, obviously.
What was she trying to do in his absence?
No clue. But I did some internet stalking on her, one of my many talents. I found out she's wanted in the States for skimming some cash off a treasure find in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, that explains why she's been hanging around in Iceland, I guess. Can you tell me about Elizabeth?
Ah, the infamous Seta.
Seta?
It means cutie.
Oh, a pet name.
I know, total barf, right? The hours I spent listening to that guy alternatively complain about her and pine for her. I could write novels. Talk about star-crossed lovers.
They've broken up now.
Yeah, that's the last thing he told me before he went missing. You know, the longer I talk, the more suspicious that sounds.
What do you know about Soren?
That guy who runs the festival?
Yes.
He's worked with us a few times. Always seems like there's something just under the surface with that one. Cheerful and yet angry. Or bitter. Like he was holding something back. They say Icelanders never forget a grudge.
They do.
And by they, I actually just mean me.
What can you tell me about Magnus?
He's totally weird. Good weird. Not serial killer weird. He's one of those people who rarely speaks, but when they do, it's the most interesting thing you've heard in days. He bottles up thoughts and distills them.
Oh, interesting. Any other information for me?
Not really. Mostly I just kick it in this cubicle and keep my Tall Ships lifestyle blog updated. It's called Ship Facts. Want to hear about it?
Well, sure. Educate me.
Okay. Ship Fact. The forecastle on a ship refers to the upper forward deck of a sailing ship, but it's pronounced forecastle.
Why's that?
Try pronouncing it like an English sailor with no formal education. Forecastle. Forecastle. Over time it whittled down. Get it?
Hey, that's pretty neat. Goodbye.
Bye now.
Haven't done that. That's done. Haven't, can't, still have to do that.
I've nothing for you.
It's out of gas. No dice. That should do it for the fuel tank. It's a glove. Wonder who it belongs to. Haven't done that. Locked. I guess he would lock his front door.
Got in fish for Elizabeth. What's wrong, Fisker? You look like a giant man just threatened you. Oh. Well then, back to Gotting. Ja?
Soren told me about your boat crash.
He will pay for a wagging tongue.
Who told me isn't important.
Oh, my little fisker, but it is. Soren is not one of us. He is an outsider. Born 10 miles away, a stranger.
10 miles away and he's a stranger forever? Well, that seems unfair to Soren.
Unfair means nothing. You think because a culture is unfair, it will change for you? That is not the world. That is not Skipbrot.
How do you know Elizabeth?
I've known her since she was a negative pre-glimmer in her puppy's eye. Always had the local boys terrified, that one. She knows what she wants and heads for it straight as an arrow. Young men, not so good with a woman like that.
She's scary.
Aye, but right now, she wants revenge on Magnus, angrier than a bull seal on a full moon. Still, she lets me sleep and eat her, so that's worth something.
Did you know about her and Magnus?
We all did, my fisker.
From the sound of things, it didn't end very well, unfortunately.
Magnus is good with waves, bad with women. No skills to speak of. He is, how do you say it? A runner. He runs.
Ouch. I'm glad he's not here to hear that.
I was bitten by a shark once. Now I can only speak the truth.
Oh, I didn't know that was a side effect of shark bites.
It is a curse I bear with pride.
Later. Is that Gunnar? So much for never returning to the sea. But where's he sneaking off to?
I've nothing.
Hey,
Elizabeth seems like she's withholding information.
she still seems pretty intense about Magnus as far as I can tell. And she thinks the treasure belongs to her. I've seen some exes do some pretty wild things when they're going through the stages of grief. That's why when I end a relationship, I just move to a different continent and change my phone number. So much easier than doing the whole breakup thing.
That must be exhausting.
Let's just say I don't really do mailing addresses anymore.
Talk to you later.
Stay warm.
Hi.
Did you lock Magnus's cabin?
Yes. No one should be going in there until the authorities search everything.
Why not call the police?
Believe me, I want to. But I live. Why do you think I stay in the culture center?
So, you're afraid to contact the police and no one else?
In these parts, vigilante efforts are very much the norm. Even if I hate to admit it, but it's up to the two of us to crack this.
Bye-bye.
Well, excellent taste. That's a nice one.
I can't afford that. Haven't done that. Got it. There's a hole in the center.
I've not.
I have a space bubble.
I could.
Wow, I'd hate to be on the chopping end of one of those blades.
Are you in front of that lighthouse bulb?
Not quite yet.
Then stop.
Ned Nickerson, at your service.
It's me.
Whoa, you actually called.
Hey!
No, it's a good thing. Trust me, I'm happy. Bert's over and we're just...
Hey, tell Nancy I say hi.
Bert says hi.
Did she say hi back?
Yes, Nancy also said.
How's she doing? I haven't seen her.
Bert wants to know how you're. Okay, wait. What am I? A megaphone? This is girlfriend-boyfriend chat time, dude. Whew. Now then, how's it going? What'd you want to talk about?
So, you asked for a souvenir.
All right. I'm not totally sure what an Icelandic souvenir is, honestly.
Right now, I'm thinking something cool. Pun not intended.
Are we talking cool, or...
Are you saying I'm
No. Nope.
Okay, let's go.
Sure. I'm always down for Nancy cool. Speaking of surprises, I guess it should have been a tip-off you'd forgotten about the anniversary when you didn't go, rummaging through my closet for your gift.
I did that?
You don't remember? And the year before that, I had to put it in my dad's wall safe, and you still cracked the code? I swear you're like a human bloodhound or something.
Sorry, I'm not really good with surprises.
Nope. In fact, this one didn't even need a safe. Guess you'll have...
Everyone in this town hates me.
Come on, Nancy. I'm sure they don't hate you.
Well, they hate the questions I'm at.
Nah, look at it this way. You know those shows on the Nature Channel about animal behavior?
Sure.
There's this awesome new one called Bear versus Wasp. But one of the coolest things you see is the pre-bear wasp behavior. Wasps have to lay their eggs inside moth larvae, so they're all fighting like crazy over the best larva they can find. And then suddenly a bear comes along and wham! Just takes a chunk out of their hive. And suddenly the wasps don't care about the larva anymore. They're all about this crazy, because a wasp fighting another wasp is an individualized threat, but a bear fighting a wasp is a threat to the entire hive's safety.
I think you just compared me to a bear.
A really cute bear.
Thanks.
What I mean is, in a small town, the hive has a set order. Anything which might disrupt that order...
For some weird reason, that actually makes me feel better. What's Bert doing over there?
I didn't tell you? Bert's my new roommate.
Doesn't...
Oh, man. His roommate started getting really into buying eggs.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, I mean fertilized eggs. Like for chicken breeding. Have you ever seen a dorm room full of chickens?
You know, I really can't say I have.
It's a life experience, let me tell you. Anyways, the rooster calls at dawn got to be a little much. We also apparently have a new pet chicken.
Yeah, but just one.
Yeah, just one. I put a hard limit on that.
It sounds like fun. What's the chicken's name?
We're still debating on it. He's a feisty one. Got any suggestions?
Something adorable.
Nancy says adorable.
Like Sparkles?
Sparkles is a terrible name for a chicken. You absolutely cannot inflict that on the chicken.
Too late. I'm rolling with it.
Okay. We'll call it a work in progress.
Hey, I like...
Anyways, that's how Bert and I started living together, to make a long...
I got to ride a snowmobile.
You've done that before.
Well, yes, but not in ice.
Potato, potato. A snowmobile's the same, but be careful.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good day.
I saw you taking a dinghy out.
Fishing.
It
wasn't me. It was my brother, the other Gunnar. He,
Gunnar.
Oh, curse the shark bite. I was... But so far, only empty hands.
I think there's more to this story.
Don't! Not now.
I could use a little space.
Hey, Soren, can I use some of this gift wrap?
Yes.
Great. Now to pick a gift.
I could use a...
I have a space.
I've
Run along.
you in front of that lighthouse bulb?
Not
Then stop. Are you in front of that?
Not-
Then.
The motor's intact, but I'll need to replace the spark plugs and cables. Now Soren and I are sweater twins.
Can't check that off yet.
It's working. Don't know whose boat this is, but I'll just borrow it for a little while. It's too high to reach at low tide. I should try to get some sleep while I'm here. Locked. Can't fix anything until I get inside.
Are you in front of that lighthouse bulb yet?
Not quite.
Then stop.
I have a
I could use a little
Run along.
Agnes trying to keep a low profile. I wonder if that's why she called me instead of going to the police about Magnus. Sounds like he's gone through some troubled times lately. Is this a code? I bet Magnus was in the middle of solving this. Looks like one of these words is scrambled within each row and column. Okay, looks complete. What can I use this for? Well, I made it to the top. Better give Alex a call. Okay, I'm in the lighthouse.
Awesome. I can remote the power from here, but I'm going to need you to get all the pieces in place first. One of our staff programmers wrote a new idiot-proof failure mechanic for it. Anyways, I think you need to mix the color channels to create white light. When all of the channels are white, the light will power back on.
This process sounds anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's programmers for you. Give it a whirl and give me a call if you get stuck.
I need to create white light to get the lighthouse running again. fixed it. Time to phone Alex again.
Woohoo! Thanks, you saved my butt.
Glad I could help.
Okay, let's talk about stealing stuff.
I prefer the term snooping.
Whatever, Klepto. You need a distraction? I got one. There's an alarm hidden in Magnus's captain's chair.
Back in the wheelhouse?
Yep. Hopefully you're using it for the forces of good, but hey.
Uh-oh, that's not good. The windows are open. Oh, it's so cold. I need to get out of here. Okay, small numbers at the bottom, big number at the top. It looks like the pieces add to the total of the piece above them. Was too close, and somehow I have a feeling it wasn't an accident. Can't still have still can't have did that still have to do that. I have a feeling Elizabeth never opened her gift. 4 crystals of each color, huh? This must be the key to Magnus's cabin. I'll just be borrowing this. Elizabeth must have locked it. What on earth is in here? case has me stumped. I was called here on a missing persons investigation, but I'm starting to think things might go much deeper than that.
Lay it on me. Maybe I can help with the case.
I got to pilot a ship.
Like a pirate ship?
No, a little smaller than that.
So a yacht?
Not that either.
A catamaran?
More like a dinghy.
Nancy, that's not a ship. That's a boat.
What's the difference?
You can just tell. A certain level of majesty is required. Dinghies? Not majestic, not even a little.
The time of day never changes here. It's dark even in the middle of the day. We're very far north.
Wow, can you see the aurora borealis?
It's out right now.
I wish I were there with you.
Me too. It's beautiful here, Ned. Beautiful, but dark and slightly menacing.
My favorite kind of vacation spot.
About the guy who went missing.
Is he Icelandic?
Yes, his name is Magnus, and he's one of the people who's been looking for the treasure.
So, did he get kidnapped or disappear on his own?
That's the $1 million. Would I do know?
Well, if you follow his tracks, they'll probably lead. If you pay extra attention to any clues that...
I've met some
Who's our group this?
Elizabeth runs the... She's also in charge of letting people on or off the ship, it seems. She and Magnus have a rough relationship history. They broke up right before he went missing, but I don't think she's ready to end things just yet.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm trying to get close to her, but it's difficult. She doesn't like me.
Have you tried asking her for help? If she really wants to find Magnus, she'll give you a hand. If she doesn't, I think you should keep a close eye.
I'll do that. Gunnar is an old... He means well, but he's not the easiest guy to work with.
Are you sure that isn't a front for something?
What do you mean?
Sometimes when people are hurting or hiding something, they get angry. It helps to cover up what they're really feeling. Being angry is a distraction.
I hadn't thought of that. Interesting. Soren is an academic who runs the culture center. He seems pretty lonely. People treat him terribly here. They ignore him, or worse.
So, it's like middle school all the time? Yeah, I'd have shipped out of that town years ago.
I wonder why he hasn't. Maybe he's not done trying yet.
Gotta admire persistence, right?
Dagny is a treasure hunter working with Magnus. She's nice, but guarded. It's hard to get a read on her.
She actually calls herself a treasure hunter, and she's not suspect number one?
She's the one who called me in.
In your line of work, that doesn't seem to count for much.
That is true.
Anyone who freely admits to doing questionably legal things is probably someone you want to keep at the top of the list, Nance.
Let's talk about something else, actually. Goodbye.
Bye.
I could